boys basketball coaches.
Oh man. I don't have enough Zoom for this.
It's going to take place. We're good.
All right.
Less than 2 minutes.
Boys basketball will start. Do a couple. My assistant coaches here first. I'll let them start, and then we'll do the varsity after that at the end. We'll start with freshman JV2 with Andy Morgan.
So, just to get it out of the way, I need to thank my wife, because everybody's doing that. And I might as well thank everybody else's while I'm at it. We had 8 guys, I think, finish active on the team, on the JV2 team, which happened to be JV2 because as we moved down to 3A, we only had 3 opponents that had a JV2 team also. And so we struggled to collect games. But as a JV2 team, I think we were the only team that had a true freshman exclusive roster. And so that's pretty cool that we were able to keep these guys together. I think it's going to be good for chemistry going forward. One young man got hurt, I think the first game. First game, we lost him for the season to a knee injury, but that was, he's not here, is he? Gabe Arcetoris. Wombly, is Wombly here? Wombly again. He got a late start from an injury in the prior season, but we got him late in the season, and he contributed, did real well for us. Running point guard, Josh Salisbury. Andrew Day, is he here? Andrew Day is a kid that came to, I think he was maybe the person with the best attendance at practice throughout the year. He worked real hard, got some minutes, and we saw a lot of improvement from Andrew. Cole Kissel, I didn't see him. No Cole. Another guy, hard worker, loved to play, and was probably one of the most fun guys to play with. Preston Nightingale. Preston gets the award for probably being the most coachable kid on the team. Jack Stemple?
Yes.
Jack and I should point out, along with Preston, they got to play some minutes up with the JV team, so there's some real promise in both of their games, as with the rest of these guys. Hunter, is Hunter here? Hunter Bishop, no Hunter Bishop. He was our big man in the middle. Hunter was a great guy to watch play. He really puts a lot of effort in, and he's going to be important in the future if he continues playing. Caleb King. Caleb got a little bit of a late start too, but once we got him on the team and got the chemistry going, you can tell these kids really like to run, they really like to play basketball, and we look for a good future from all 8, 9 of them.
Next we'll do Mark Williams with JV basketball.
The boys just came and represented the school and the community with pride every single outing, every place we were, whether we were at home or on the road, and I thought that was huge. All right, so I will bring them up one at a time and introduce them. Jimmy Brandis, not here. Nathan Hertz. Don't see David Trost.
He's at Sandbox.
Jacob K. No Jacob K. Xander King.
Yes.
I'm absolutely certain, I don't have this stats, but I'm absolutely certain that Xander was our leading rebounder this year. He had over 10 almost every night. Mike Zacharias. Mike might have been, I could probably say this about 3 or 4 kids, but he might have been our most improved player. Dakota Bacard. Dakota did not play as much as he would like, but he never ever let it detour him from coming to practice and working hard every day, and I let him know how much I appreciated that many times during the season. Brendan Adams.
Yes.
Brendan is, I'm gonna be nice and say he's 5'8", maybe. And he jumped center for us, and I think he lost one center jump all year long. He's got about a 40-inch vertical, and it was fun to watch the other team's face when he outjumped their 6'5" kids. Jacob Nelson? Not here. Okay. And Zane Trout. Zane was a sophomore, but it was the first time that he had played, and he improved a ton and was a super fun kid to coach. I hope you're back next year, Zane. All right. Thank you.
Okay, last we'll do varsity. Our goal at the beginning of the year was to make playoffs. And going into this new league, I knew it was the toughest league in the state, and it ended up being. And we went to this pre-league. I know most every coach in the league, and then we were predicted to finish dead last. So that, I was like, nah, we're going to surprise you guys towards the season, and we did. They were predicting us and Willamina be dead last, fighting for 1 or 2 wins on the year. And I said, no, we're going to make the playoffs in this league. And it took us a while to get going. These kids, they just didn't believe they probably could win. A lot of close games. We lost more close games than probably any team in this state. 3, 4, things like that. But then finally at the end, we started to finish games. We got on a little roll, and we beat some very good teams. And we outplayed Amity. The thing that killed us, we had more rebounds, more hustle points. Shot 29%, they shot 45%. That's tough to overcome. But at the end of the year, nobody. I mean, this league we finished first and second in the state with Dayton and Horizon Christian, and nobody held them as close as we did. I mean, Horizon, we held them close both times. I think we lost by 8. I mean, every game was close to the top 5 teams in the state of Oregon, and that was because of these guys' hard work effort, and defensively we were just tough. And we actually, as a team, papers, and I had a couple of newspaper guys say they voted us as the best defensive team in the state of Oregon this year. So that's that was our goal, to be the best. Could we have been better? Yeah, but we were still the best at that part. We've got to get better at everything, and then pick up on the defensive end as well, and then get better on the offensive end, and we'll be in good shape next year. But I'll start with Bay Stecker's not here, I don't think. Bay's point guard worked hard. Tyler Fisher. Tyler did. There were some games he was just amazing. One of the keys to our season was to make the playoffs. We had to get Willamina at Willamina, and for 2 quarters it was not pretty. I mean, we were going down at half. I think we were down 8 or 9. We came out and said, "Hey, we're going in your face, man. We're getting on the floor." He got on the floor. Everybody got on the floor, and we just kicked their tail. They got frustrated. They got fans kicked out of the gym, and we just, from then on out, it was we went on a little roll. And he kind of started that role, which just helped us tremendously, and we just kept on going. And then in the playoffs, he played amazing as well. Chance Hahn next. I don't think he's here. He was Xander King. Xander worked hard all year long, mostly JV. Got in a little bit of varsity minutes once in a while. but he really helped us at that, getting us better for the practice and to get us ready for games and doing the practice squad stuff to help us out. Because we had game plans every game that we had to get ready for every team we played. We scout just as much or more than any team in the state because we want to get ready for these opponents. Next, Trent Daniels. Trent, another hard-working kid. Same thing, he didn't always get all the playing time at the end that he probably wanted, and I expect that to hopefully change next year by working hard, getting better at the dribbling. And he's a hard-working kid, and I expect some good things out of him. And he's a great defensive player, and looking for positive in the future. Next, Parker Payne. Big senior, never played basketball, I don't think, in high school career, had he? He came up to me and said, "Coach, I can't lose 50 pounds. Can I play basketball?" Yeah, you can. So that was he was going to wrestle, and that was the thing he said. I was like, yeah. And he did everything we asked him to do. Great leader on the bench. He was fun to have on the bench. My dad and him loved each other, got along real well. Coach Henderson was like, "Oh, where's Parker?" And so every time, he was a fun kid to have. Enjoyed having him. Christian Chase is not here. Brandon's not here. Next, Peter Lottie. So Peter was pretty much our team leader. Hard-working kid, played top of the 1-3-1. Never sat. The one game he did sit, it was Westside Christian because somebody, I'm not going to name, or what? Wasn't it Westside? Oh.
I took Mark away from the game.
Yeah, well, whatever it was, somebody taped his ankle too tight. I'm not going to name names who that might have been, but probably me. And so we had to go out. When he went out, they went on a 10, I think it was like a 10-0 run. We were up by 5. We go down to halftime, down by whatever it was. We couldn't afford him to go out of the game. He was just a hustle player, and he was the one kid. I went to the all-league meeting. I got to nominate 2 or 3, and this is the one kid that we got on the team, second team all-league, and coaches appreciated his effort as well. Nobody wanted to play us, and he was another reason why. That top of that 1-3-1, for his size, averaging like 10 boards a game, he was a stud out there. Next, Kendall Guile. Kendall he's a great player. I expect a lot of great things from him next year. Turn that corner, that Horizon Christian game there, they were kind of whooping our tail the first half. And then this big boy, and then he decided, well, I can play basketball with these big boys. He ain't going to get this basketball, and he didn't. The rest of the game, we were down by 20 plus. We came back, and if it had one more quarter, I think we win the game, but we bring it within 8. And yeah, the whole game was changing. Kendall changed it. I mean, the big guy never catch the ball again. We had turnover after a while. The pressure got picked up in our 13. And a big reason from then on out, he was aggressive, and I loved watching him play. And then last but not least, could not have had the season without this young lady. Very special girl. Did everything. Was a stud on the books. I've had a lot of stat keepers at all the schools I've coached at. Nobody did as well of a job as Michaela. She's a great person to have. She was my first team. Okay, I've overall. Kids love having her around, and our team ran with her. And you can tell how much pride these kids had. Senior night, they all went up with her. I mean, they love that girl. She's a great person to have on your staff. I just wish she wasn't a senior. It's going to make my life not very fun next year. But I appreciate the work effort these guys put forth. I know I expect good things next year. Our goal next year is playoffs plus. I mean, we don't want to finish 5th in the toughest league next year. We want to finish higher than that. So I give these kids a round of applause. The hardest working team is in our league. And I thank you for the support. Thank you, all the administration. These coaches were great, helping me out, and thank you very much.